Hey, it's Benny. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing great. I hope that 2021 is going strong and you guys are all doing okay. I'm going to be honest with you. This video is a little more on topic, I guess you can say. I actually had started not knowing what I was going to make a video of, but then I remembered something that I had mentioned last year at some point about how I would start posting videos of me fire breathing. And at some point during the video, maybe like right now or something, I'll post a clip of me fire breathing last year. Please excuse the clothing that I have on while I am fire breathing. It was in the summer, and well, when it comes to fire breathing, you don't necessarily want to wear clothes that you really, really like or that are very expensive. Because if you do that, well then, something could happen. But anyway, I remember posting this video 7 years ago, about 7 years ago. Not this particular clip that I'm showing you or have shown you, but 7 years ago, I created a video where I basically talked about fire breathing, and I don't know if you guys have seen it. I don't know if you guys would care to go that far back. I don't know why I had a long pause. But basically, if you don't want to go that far back, allow me to explain why I wanted to learn how to breathe fire, basically. So, I guess some time ago, I was watching one of my favorite shows, Remington Steele. It's a 1980s detective TV show, and it starred Pierce Brosnan, one of the James Bonds. You might recognize him for GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, and The World Is Not Enough. Anyway, he was the star of the show, and in one episode, he was a carny, basically. He was going undercover as a carnival worker, and basically he was dealing with the fire breathing. So you see him breathing fire, swallowing fire, and you know, he's one of my favorite actors. I love a lot of his work, and when I saw him breathing fire, I was like, I gotta get in on that. I have to learn how to breathe fire. And thus, like I've said before, a dragon was born. So how did I necessarily get into it? Well, I'll be honest with you, I did not take the most safest precautions. When you start learning fire breathing, you have to learn particular techniques, and I just basically said, I want to breathe fire. Yeah, it's not really safe. So I'm just going to say this up front, do not fire breathe. It is dangerous. If you decide to do it, you do it at your own risk. I am telling you, do not fire breathe unless you are training with a professional. And if you ask me to train you, I will tell you no, because I am not a professional. I'm a smart guy, but this may or may not be one of the lesser intelligent things that I've done. Golly, I can't even speak English anymore. So much for me being smart. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend. I mean, if that's your dream, go for it. Don't let me stop you. But if it's just something you want to do because it's like, oh, he did it, so I should do it too, put a pause on that because it's dangerous. You need to make sure that you have a professional fire breather with you, because there's a lot of things you need to understand. For example, the types of fuels that you can use. You can use a lot of different fuels. You can use something that's not that harmful, like cornstarch. However, using cornstarch has its own risks. If you inhale some of the cornstarch, I don't know exactly what it does to your lungs, but it could damage your lungs if you do it for a prolonged amount of time and if you inhale a certain amount of cornstarch. So you don't want to do that. A lot of people recommend paraffin or lamp oil. I like to think of it as refined kerosene, because raw kerosene is it's a little more toxic. I mean, swallowing lamp oil is not great for your health either, but kerosene is just slightly more toxic. But the reason lamp oil is recommended is because it's got a higher flash point, meaning it ignites at a higher temperature. Whereas, some of the more dangerous fuels like ethanol or just plain old gasoline, they have a lower flash point, meaning that it takes less to ignite. Meaning you could just be, if you have the flame close to your mouth, all of a sudden your head goes up in flames, and nobody wants that. It's very dangerous, that's for sure. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot of things you need to consider if you decide that fire breathing is your passion. It's a lot of fun, and you get to impress a lot of friends by it, and people are like, "Whoa!" But don't. If you're trying to make friends, there's plenty of other ways to do that. So, anyway, what else do I need to mention about fire breathing? I think in the first video, like 6-7 years ago, I think I used cardboard. Don't use cardboard. It's recommended that you use I keep wanting to say it's a poi, but I don't think that's the right name. Basically, like a torch, if you will, where you have the I don't know what you'd want to call it. You basically have your cloth, and then you add the fuel to the cloth, and then you ignite the cloth, and then basically you have a torch. You want to do that because you can keep it at a safe distance, so when you actually are blowing, let me back up a little bit, it's as far away from you as possible. You don't want it to be close by, because otherwise, the moment you spit, it's like... And nobody wants to end their day with their face being burned off. Like, seriously, it is very dangerous. There are many people who have had accidents, and thankfully and hopefully in the future, I don't have any accidents. As you saw in the video, there were a few flames that came really close to my face. Like, really close to my face. And you feel the heat. Like, it's not just something cosmetic. It's not like, oh, it's fancy shit. No, you feel the heat. I actually burned something using fire breathing about a month ago. And it was... I regret not recording it. I should have had my friend record it, but it was these flames can be beautiful, but with the beauty comes the risks. The bigger the flames are, the higher the risk is of you burning yourself. Again, I'm not a professional, and I don't recommend you doing this. But if you're going to be insistent and you have a professional fire breather on premises and you have taken the safety precautions, the first and foremost and most important advice is don't breathe fire when it's windy, especially if you're starting out, because it may seem like common sense to breathe in the opposite direction of the wind, but if it's windy, you never really know what direction it's going. And maybe I'm dumb. I'm not a meteorologist. Maybe wind doesn't change drastically. But I recall, at least in the past, where it's been windy, but I've never been able to gauge it. Like, I know some people, lick their finger and they go like that. But for me, I've never been good at that. Like, for me, for some reason, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just weird, but I don't feel the wind. So I'm always trying to gauge, okay, where's the wind coming from? Is there a pause? Okay, let's breathe fire. So don't breathe fire when it's windy because you never know what could happen. And then, of course, always have a wet towel with you. Basically, like with a beard, especially if you have a beard, you want to wipe off any excess fuel, because if you don't, you could get a rash, or worse, if you're breathing fire and the fire gets too close, well, guess what? The part of your face and neck that has, leftover fuel, well, that's going to go up in flames also. If there are any professional fire breathers out there, please, please, please correct me. I am just an amateur. I'm not saying I'm the best of the best. I know there's plenty of other fire breathers out there that are much better than me. So if you are by any means a professional, feel free to correct me. You could tell me not to do it anymore, but I'm probably not going to listen because I'm stubborn as an ox. But from my experiences breathing fire and from, observing and training, you want to make sure that you're always consistently cleaning yourself just to avoid any accidents. And then, of course, always have, safety equipment like water or fire extinguishers safe for humans. Definitely water, some fire retardant blankets, basically something that can help put out flames if worst comes to worst. Because it pays to be prepared. If you're not prepared, you will suffer severely from it. So, wow, I didn't realize this video was going to be that long. Hopefully, the clip from breathing the fire, hopefully that makes up for it. So, I'm sorry. I just like to talk a lot. So, if I need to just shrink it down a little bit, please let me know. I'm always happy to take suggestions. So, well, I think that's it for me today. I think we can call it a day. Yeah. So, hopefully I'll get a chance to do a lot more. Maybe I'll post some video gameplay, some stuff. I don't know, just random stuff that I would want to do, and I would think people would be interested in. And hopefully you guys will like it. Hopefully you guys will watch it. But if you guys have any suggestions or comments or complaints or concerns, please feel free to let me know. I'm all ears. I like talking to people and making new friends. So anyway, this is Benny signing off. I will see you guys next time. Until then, I'm wishing everyone nothing but good health, good fortune, and happiness. Just good vibes all around. Jeez. I almost forgot. If you have been keeping track of my ASMR videos, I have good news. I have created another channel that will be solely ASMR. I'm trying my hand at ASMR, and I've had people compliment me in the past, and I'm hoping that people still like my ASMR videos and the future videos that are to come. But when you post them alongside a video where I'm loud or, just shouting or hollering, that kind of ruins the mood, especially if you're like, oh, I want to watch this next video from Benny, and then it's like, hey, I got it's just me yelling. So I've created a new channel, Silently Warped. I will post an ASMR video here at some point before the end of the night, and hopefully you guys watch it if you like ASMR. If not, just stay tuned with these videos and maybe something good will come out of it. Alright. In all seriousness, I'll let you guys go. See you guys later. And stay healthy. Good health, good vibes, and fortunes. Just happiness all around.